Is buying a home in Rochester, Minnesota a good idea right now? Well, if you watch the news and the media, then you probably would be scared to make any moves right now because you keep hearing about interest rates going up, the uncertainty in the stock market, inflation. And while there's definitely truth in all of this, there's definitely some things that you should consider if you're thinking about buying a house here in Rochester, Minnesota. Let's take the whole interest rates, inflation, let's take all that out of the picture and just talk about why buying a house in Rochester is a good idea. Number one is employment and city growth. Obviously, Mayo Clinic is the biggest employer here in Rochester with over 35,000 employees. There's also IBM and then Rochester Public Schools. Those are the top three employers. But there's also a lot of great small businesses and companies that do great services and provide a lot of value to the community. If you're thinking about moving here and buying a house, there's a lot of options and places that you can work for. Number two is lifestyle and commute. I would describe Rochester as a big little city. Here in Rochester, you're gonna have everything that you can need from grocery stores, restaurants, shopping, schools. There's just so many things that you can have access to for a city of this size. And the commute here in Rochester is about 14 minutes, which makes getting around the city really fun and easy. Now, if you ever want to get away, you can always head out to the Twin Cities, which is about an hour and a half, and go check out Minneapolis or St. Paul. Or if you want to go check out a smaller town, there's many surrounding areas and towns in Rochester that are really nice to visit and spend a day or weekend in. Right now, as of November of 2022, the median sale price for a home here is about $290,000. In this price point, you can expect a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with about 2,000 square feet and a 2-car garage, which is amazing compared to metro areas and more expensive cities where you couldn't even find a house like this. The other great thing about Rochester is that there's a lot of options. So say you want to live in the downtown part of Rochester, you can. It's not as expensive as in other metro areas. And it's also very safe to be in the downtown part of Rochester. If you're looking for an older home that has character, you can also find that here. If you're looking for condos or townhomes, we have plenty of those. Or if you're looking for more of that suburb or neighborhood feel, you can also find that here in Rochester. As a bonus, I will add that Rochester has seen a nice appreciation over the last several years. And so if you buy a home here in Rochester, especially with inflation being high, you're gonna find that it's a good place to put your money in about buying a property here. And Rochester has a good, healthy turnover in terms of people moving to Rochester and then moving out. You know, you don't want to buy a house somewhere where no one's ever, moving in. So Rochester, of course, is not that kind of city. Number four is great schools, parks, and things to do for kids. So the first thing that I learned about Rochester was that it was one of the best places to raise a family. And part of that is because we have really good schools, we have a lot of parks, and there's a lot of things to do here in Rochester for kids. Number five is the Minnesota nice vibe. I know it's a stereotype in the Midwest and, here in Minnesota nice. And so far I found it true. And I've really enjoyed the people that I've met here and so far in the last 10 years. So that's one of the other reasons why it's good to buy a house here, because you'll probably enjoy it and have great neighbors. If you have made it this long, I want to reward you with 3 tips on how to buy the right home. Number one is to know what you can afford and get pre-approved. So this means knowing like home price, what's the most that you can afford, and then also your monthly payment. Number two is to work with a professional realtor who can help you find the right home for the best price, never pressure you, and always give you options. You want to have a guide and a great advisor as a real estate agent. And number three is to take care of your home when it comes to maintenance. You want to make sure that your house is in great shape when you go to sell it, and you want to invest money in improvements that will add value to your home. Things like your kitchen, your bathrooms, and curb appeal. Please hit the like button if you found value in this video and subscribe if you want to get more of this great content. Thanks for watching.